and Steve Supan.
Okay, players getting final instructions. Standing room only crowd here at the Canyon tonight. Larry Christie with Ron Stevens and Neil Spangler as we get ready for what should be a real beauty here at the Canyon. Blue Streaks have been in the district final the last 2 years. 2 years ago, beaten by just a flat-out better team. Lima Central Catholic, led by Aaron Hutchins, who incidentally had 29 today for Marquette and a 1-point overtime loss to Cincinnati. But last year, the Blue Streaks had the district title in their grasp. An 8-point lead with just over a minute to play. Coldwater hit a couple of big threes, and the Blue Streaks missed 3 1-and-1s in the last minute. And Archbold eventually lost a heartbreaker in overtime. We'll see what happens tonight. Will the third time be the charm for the Blue Streaks? Will they be able to make the trip down to Savage Hall at the University of Toledo? Or will it be this young but talented Patriot club? Steve Trout will toss it up. Height advantage to the Patriots. And the ball ends up going out of bounds, and we'll see. Re-jump. Well, no possession arrow this time. They'll re-jump it. Both of them apparently had a hand on the ball. Reimer at 6'4", Johnson at 6'6". Here's the toss, and it's loose, picked up by Keith Roth. For Archbold, Keith in the lane now, knocked away. It's loose, picked up by Broadbeck. His pass deflected and goes out of bounds at the timeline. Both teams are going to be, you would think, a little bit tight and tense in the early going. Inbounds pass to Roth, picked up by Krause. That'll be a good matchup right there. And a key one of many. Sean Roth, right side baseline, stops. 12-foot jumper is short, no good. Broadbeck with a rebound, but he walked with the ball. Big board by Kyle, but he traveled with it. They need a big game on the board from the 6'3" senior. He's strong, so the Blue Streaks turn it over. Full court pressure, inbounds pass to Kyle Krause. Now Archbold drops back as they started with some pressure. They'll drop back into their man-to-man. Krause to the right side, picked up by Roth, on top over to Heiser. Picked up by Broadbeck. Heber is guarded by Ashelman. On top to Krause. Krause penetrating now. Ball loose, got away from him. He was lucky he didn't get an offensive foul. Sean Roth, other way, lays it up. No good, he missed the bunny. So Sean off to a tough start again. Rebound Patrick Henry. Krause with it, outside to Heber. Left side over to Gherkin. Archbold's got to get a big night from Sean Roth. Gherkin in the lane, running one-hander up, good, and he's fouled. Bucket will count. Chris Gherkin gives PH a 2-0 lead. Gherkin on the year, a 72% free thrower. I didn't catch who committed the foul. Kyle Broadbeck. Free throw up good. 3-0 Patrick Henry. Patriots got that great start against Coldwater. Obviously, Archbold doesn't want them to do that again. Blue Streaks have had a couple golden opportunities. Get away already, though, from easy buckets. Now, whistle, we're going to get a foul. It's going to be called on Patrick Henry's Eric Johnson for a hold. Holding Kyle Broadbeck. Down low on the block. Roth will inbound. Keith, that is. 3-0 Patriots. Side Sean Roth, 17-footer, again no good. Rebound. Reimer's got it. Reverses way in, back to Sean. He'll try his fourth shot, and again it's way off. Rebounded by Kyle Krause. Krause spinning now, flips back out Johnson. Krause flips over to Heber. Heber starting to drive to the hole now, puts it up on the run, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Heiser. He lost it. Now it's loose again, and Reimer has it, and ball was out of bounds. Last touch by Tony Heiser. Why, Sean Roth off to a tough start, 0 for 4.
He just got to keep shooting. Those are the shots he's had all year, and he can't stop, so he's either got to get hot or it's going to be a long night again.
Archbold can't win without him, that's for sure. 3-0 it remains. Sean Roth right side. On top, Broadbeck, right to the left side, Keith Roth. Side to Reimer now. Down low, flips it back out. Keith Roth, three-pointer, up and in. Keith Roth hit the three. Ties it up. Patrick Henry transition. Other way now, Gherkin coming down on the run. Puts it up, good, he's fouled. Boy, that was a close call. Doug Krause is angry. He wanted an offensive Here's the free throw by Gherkin, up and in. He's got 2 3-point plays, and Patrick Henry leads 6-3. 6 minutes to play first period. Keith Roth with it now. Pulls up, fall away 12-footer, air ball, rebounded by Heiser. Kraus on the run now for PH. Kyle coming to the basket now, going in, we've got a whistle, and a foul's going to go against Keith Roth. PH taking the ball to the bucket and getting the calls. Check that, it's on Alex Reimer. 2 shots for Kyle Kraus. He's an 81% free throw shooter. 6-3 Patriots, 5:47 to go first quarter. Sean Roth's got to find a way to relax for Archbold. Free throw on the way, up and in. 7-3. 5'11" junior, just an outstanding point guard and a great kid. Second one up, no good. Rebound, Broadbeck has it slapped away by Kraus, picked up though by Ashman over to Keith Roth. Keith with it on the wing. 7-3 Patriots. 5:35 to go first period. High post Reimer has it now, picked up by Heiser. Outside Brian Ashman penetrates, bounce inside. Broadbeck pump fake, puts it up and in. 7-5. Patriots by 2. Here's Kraus with the ball now for Patrick Henry. Coming to the left side, bouncing over to Gherkin. Picked up by Sean Roth. He walked with the ball as he started to drive to the baseline. So the Patriots get their second turnover. 7-5 Patrick Henry, 5:15 to go, quarter number 1. Keith Roth up the floor slowly for Archbold. Over to Reimer. Left side, Ashman on the wing, on top, Sean Roth. Flips over down to Brian Ashman. Bouncing in, got Broadbeck, missed the bunny. Gets his own rebound back up, missed it again. Rebound inside. Reimer from 5 up and in. Oh, Kyle Broadbeck working hard, couldn't get it, but Reimer followed it up. 7 apiece. There's Heber in backcourt now. Double team. Now flips the pass, hand over to Johnson. Patrick Henry, 3-on-2. Johnson down the lane. Over to Heiser, he'll lay it up and good. Again, no, outside Sean Roth, 3-pointer, got it! Boy, Archbold needed that one. 10-9 Blue Streak. Archbold fans going wild. You can't relax in a game like this. With the ball, here's Heber. Trying to drive in the lane, 10-footer, short, no good. Rebound, Johnson back up, no good, and it goes out of bounds off Johnson. Johnson had the follow-up, but he couldn't get it to fall. 4:07 to go.
Small rims tonight, it looks like, but a lot of pressure to put on the players. They'll do a better job shooting. Archbold just formed.
The thing we're talking about, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Patrick, here's Kirk Winsink into the PH lineup. Keith Roth, high post Broadbeck, backdoor pass is kicked by Kirk Winsink. It'll stay with Archbold.
Looks like they're not going to be calling too many offensive fouls. And if they don't, that's fine. You want to see it 6 times, then all of a sudden at the other end, then it is. If there's no offensive fouls, fine.
Keith Roth to inbound. Flips it out to Brian Ashman. Side now Broadbeck and Winsink. We got a whistle. He's fouled by Winsink. Archbold, 3:57 to go in the first period. Keith Roth will inbound for the Blue Streaks. Sean in the corner. Starting a drive now, going in. 5-foot runner up off the mark, no good. Rebound Patrick Henry's Kyle Kraus. Kyle pushes it up the floor. Goes behind the back in the dribble, but stopped by Keith Roth outside. Again, Kraus left side over to Gherkin. Gherkin. Back to Kraus out front. 3:33 to go. First quarter action. Here's Heber with it. Mounting it over now to Gherkin. Gherkin working one-on-one, going to the bucket now. Puts it up, no good. Rebound, Broadbeck has it, doing a big job on the boards early. Keith Roth had to Reimer, lay in, good. Great pass from Reimer. 12-9. Heiser up and walks with the ball. Dave crowd telling his kids to settle down. Zeb Schroeder gives Sean Roth a breather. Keith Roth will bring it up the floor. Archbold up by 3 with 3:05 to go in the quarter. Roth picked up outside now by Krause. Go to the left side, hard drive, bounce pass over. Broadbeck baseline 7-footer, rolls off. Rebound battled for, tipped around and out of bounds to Archbold. Couple of guys right there from each squad battling for it, and apparently last touch by one of the Patriots. Roth will inbound. Flips it outside to Ashelman. Bryan yet to take a shot. Right side over to Roth. Roth penetrating, pump fake in the lane, cut off. Back to Zeb Schroeder, starting a drive now. Flips back over to Brian Ashelman. Ashelman, Reimer, 10-footer, up and in. Alex Reimer has 6 points. 14-9. Off the angle from about 10 or 11 feet away. Alex Reimer hit. Archbold by 5. Heber in backcourt, pressured by Ashelman. Goes left outside. Gherkin looks at the 3, won't take it. Krause will, rolls, no good. Schroeder with a rebound. Outlet Keith Roth pushing quickly. Roth behind the back now. Into the lane, back out to Ashelman. Schroeder will take a 3. He hit it! That's Schroeder. 17-9 Archbold. Timeout Patrick Henry. 2:01 to go, first quarter. Blue Streaks by 8. We'll be right back.
Professionals, you can
reserve your grill now. Call 445-6366. Brookview Farms, County Road 24 near Archbold. Wishing good luck to all area high school athletes on the tournament trail.
Well, Archbold, after falling behind, has come out smoking here from midway point of the first quarter on, and they are up by 8. Patrick Henry got down by 19 the last time around. Krause with a baseline drive. Pass over to the left wing. Gherkin fakes the shot. Drives in. Shoots. Called for an offensive foul. Tony Reimer, or was it Alex, had the baseline cut off. I thought Chris Gherkin avoided the contact because he had kind of knifed back into the key. But Reimer fell down and the whistle blows.
Yeah, looking at some of the earlier plays, if we went by earlier calls, that one would probably have been the block. This time we had a call for the charge.
Ashelman nails a 3. And Archbold goes up by double digits, 20-9.
Archbold 4 of 6 from the three-point line.
They have gotten Patrick Henry off sync here defensively. Patriots get it to Heiser on the point. Over to Krause. Kyle brings it out to Brian Heber. Heber's not been able to get going. Here's Gherkin with a nice move. Shot up and he is fouled. And Alex Reimer has picked up his second foul of the game. Chris Gherkin loves to drive that baseline. He's at the line to shoot 2 shots. Kyle Broadbeck will replace Reimer with the early foul trouble. Early numbers on turnovers, 3 on Patrick Henry, only 1 on Archbold. Chris Gherkin's free throw up and no good. Rebound numbers 7-5 in favor of Archbold. One more for the sophomore. And Patrick Henry in the lane too soon. Tony Heiser got caught not watching where the ball was. And with 1:08 to go, Archbold brings it up with a 20-9 lead. Keith Roth walks it up the floor, signals the play once, passes into Broadbeck, spin move, fakes, goes up and scores. Dan Broadbeck into that low post. They couldn't keep him off the rim, and it's 22-9 Archbold.
Yeah, Alex Reimer right now and Kyle Broadbeck with 10 of the 22 points for Archbold.
Pass into Wensink, lays it up and in. Nice feed from Kyle Krause. 22-11. That ends a long dry spell for the Patriots. 35 seconds to go in the first. Ashelman on the left wing. Looking. Now back to Keith Roth with 25 seconds to go. Right now the difference in the game, the inside strength of Archbold. Although Patrick Henry has seen Archbold hit that 3. Keith Roth just holding it. He's going to let the clock wind down. 13, 12. Down to 10. Archbold up by 11. Here's Ashleman with 6, with 5, with 4. Roth loses the ball. Patrick Henry out with it, and they don't get a shot. But Patrick Henry with a steal. Archbold up by 11 as we take a break. Second quarter coming up. It's the Blue Streaks 22, Patrick Henry 11.
2 3-point plays by Chris Girk, and they had a 7-3 lead, but after that it was all Archbold.
Archbold 9 of 18, 50%. 4 of those are threes. PH 4 of 9. Archbold turned it over twice. Patrick Henry 4 times. Archbold's out rebounded Patrick Henry 8-5. Archbold has points off turnovers 9. In the paint, Archbold has 8 points. Patrick Henry 11. They have 3 points. Patrick Henry has 6. Archbold 2.
Archbold 9 points off turnovers. Jim Amspoker into the Patrick Henry lineup. Great 3-point shooter for the Patriots. They've got a bunch of them. They shoot 42% from 3-point range. That is just outstanding. Krause penetrates a bit in over to Amspoker for 3 on the way. No good. Tony Reimer with a rebound. Hands it off to Keith Roth. Alex Reimer again with 2 fouls. They'd like to sit him the rest of the quarter. Side Brian Ashman's 3-pointer off the mark, no good. Broadbeck rebounds, back up and in. Kyle Broadbeck with his 6 points. 24-11 Blue Streak. Patriots bring it up to 4 slowly this time. Archbold's doing a job on the boards early. Krause with it. Spin move now, cut off by Roth. Really walks with the ball. I think he got tangled up with Keith's feet that time, and Kyle just lost his balance. Reimer to inbound. Does so to Roth as Krause drops back now. 24-11. 7:14 to go first half. Here's Roth. Flipping in now, Broadbeck. Inside turnaround 7-footer rolls off. No good. Kept alive by Reimer, but rebounded by Wensink. Had a good shot, it just wouldn't fall. Krause. Left side over now to Heber, who's been quiet so far, much as he was in the first meeting between the two, and then he got red hot. Pass inside now, here's Wensink. Back to Krause. Here's Heber, open for 3, in and out. Rebound, Broadbeck again. Outlet deflected, Ashman's got it. Heading out of Reimer. Great job by the Blue Streaks that time, Blue. The ball didn't hit the floor. Keep your head up and look down. Thing outlet pass, diagonal pass, and another diagonal pass. Sean got hammered going to the bucket. 2 shots for Sean Roth. Eric Johnson back in along with Chris Girk, and for Patrick Henry, Tony Heiser, Kirk Wensink sit down. Sean a 73% free throw shooter. First one up and in. That's Archbold's first free throw attempt for the night. 25-11. Second one off, bounces, no good. Tipped around. Johnson has it now for PH. Flips over to Krause. Archbold with their biggest lead at 14 points. Amspoker, right side, Heber to the baseline. Double teamed over there. Sends it cross court over to Amspoker. On top to Krause. Looking in for Durkin. Nothing doing. Krause sets the offense. Sean Roth on Kyle Krause right now. Flips the pass over now to Durkin. Durkin into the lane now. Goes in, running 8-footer off the mark. No good. Sean Roth with a rebound. Here he goes. Picked up by Kyle Krause. Roth to the right side. Stop there. Flips out now to Keith Roth. Back to Roth. 3-pointer on the way. Got it. Sean Roth hit the 3.
Couldn't hit the ocean the other night, but boy, is he on track now. And a foul on Keith Roth as Kyle drives it right down the teeth of the defense.
Sean Roth opened up in the game, missing his first 4 shots. Now he's made 2 out of his last 3, and both of them have been threes.
Foul on Keith Roth is his first. Here's Zeb Schrader in for Tony Reimer in that Archbold lineup. Kyle Krause at the line to shoot 2. Archbold leads it 28-11. Free throw, no good. This game reminiscent of the first game down there when Archbold really had their offense oiled up and rolling, and they got up by as many as 19 on Patrick Henry down at PH. Kyle Krause hits one of the 2, and it's 28-12. Keith Roth over to Zeb Schrader. On the right sideline, Sean Roth up top. Ashleman to Keith Roth. They'll work it around. Now inside, Zeb Schrader. Lean, shoots, got it in. He went right up over Eric Johnson. 30-12. Archbold, biggest lead of the game. Eric Johnson in traffic, slips it down to Gherkin, and he's fouled on the way up. Sean Roth will be whistled for the foul. The next foul will be the 1-and-1 for Patrick Henry with 5:19 to go in this half. First on Sean Roth, Chris Gherkin to shoot 2 shots. And Gherkin misses.
The difference between this game and the first game, though, is in that first half, Archbold shot very, very well from the perimeter. Tonight, a lot more variety. They've been able to attack on the inside.
Now, that didn't develop until the second half. Free throw for Gherkin is good. So he gets one of the two. 30-13. It's all Archbold here. Patrick Henry looking for a stop defensively. Broadbeck outside to Keith Roth. Pass down low, and it's thrown away as Sean and Kyle were battling for position underneath. Kyle did a cartwheel over the top of Sean, trying to keep him defense. Patrick Henry finally got a stop. Backdoor lob. Johnson walks with the ball. Zeb Schrader came over to help defend. So Patrick Henry gets a turnover on their set play. Archbold on the other end. Ashleman to Zeb Schrader. Right side, Keith Roth. Gherkin and Kyle Broadbeck battling. Here's Sean Roth missing the 3. And Broadbeck is over the back for a foul. That's the 1-and-1. And for Kyle Broadbeck, foul number 2. So Chris Gherkin will go back to the line again. It's a little bit of a problem for Archbold in that with 4:43 to go, there could be some foul problems developing.
That may take away a little of that defensive pressure, and it may back off a little bit on the offensive rebounding, because you don't want to give Patrick Henry right now chances to score at the free throw line.
With the clock stopped, Jim Amspoker at the line. His free throw rolls good. So Amspoker, who was fouled on that play. 30-14. Patrick Henry getting set to check Tony Heiser into the lineup for Eric Johnson. Broadbeck and is it Reimer that have the 2 fouls for Archbold?
Broadbeck and Reimer, correct.
2 of the big guys. Amspoker nails both free throws. 30-15. Archbold on the attack. Lots of time left second quarter. Ashleman gets into the defense. Off balance shot. Banks it in. That may be a good sign for Archbold. Off balance, banker down the lane. Krause picks up his dribble, goes inside, and Zeb Schrader reaches over the top for a foul. And Chris Gherkin to the line for another 1-and-1. One good sign for Patrick Henry, they've got the floors pretty well spread on the offensive end.
They've been able to get into some offensive sets. Archbold's done a pretty good job, though, of knocking down dribble penetration. They've done a very good job of contesting shots on the inside.
Gherkin's free throw good as Sean Roth, for the second time in a row, has a lane violation, but it doesn't count since Gherkin hit the free throw. Doug Krause is yelling at his team about getting focused in there. Free throw, Gherkin gets them both. Patrick Henry trying to inch their way back in it. They're still down by 15, 32-17. Keith Roth working on Kyle, spin move, and he walks with the ball. Tony Heiser with a nice job to step in and kind of double team on that drive.
They played the spin dribble and was right there when the Keith Roth came around. Patrick Henry's been able to score from the free throw line. All the points here in the second quarter have been at the line for Patrick Henry.
Patriots bringing up the floor. Double high post. This may be a set play. Pass out front. And we have an illegal pick. Oh, they have a foul on Archbold away from the ball on Brian Ashleman. I missed it. Doug Kraus wondering where it came from. Was he one of the people picked? I'm not even sure where the foul was.
Yeah, they used the high pick, and as Chris Gerken made the cut to the basket, Brian Ashman tried to step in front.
So Ashleman with 2 fouls. Gerken's free throw in and out. It rattled out, and Sean Roth with a rebound. Archbold brings it up with a 15-point lead. Patrick Henry not exactly hitting those free throws like they need to do tonight. Tony Reimer right side. Keith Roth takes it out top. Sean Roth loses the ball, gets it back. Takes it back out to Keith Roth. Looked like Sean had the open 3. There he is again. Gets away, spins it outside to Ashleman. Into the lane, and Amspoker will reach in for a foul. The 15th foul on Patrick Henry, the first on Amspoker. 32-17 Archbold High School Tournament Basketball on Sports Radio 103 WNDH Napoleon. Archbold inbounds. Sean Roth in the deep left corner. Takes it out, Ashleman to Keith Roth on the point. Roth with a drive, leans in and scores. Keith Roth, usually the distributor, but gets the bucket there to go up by 17. Chris Gerken in traffic scores. Nice look from Kyle Kraus. 34-19. Blue Streaks trying to stay unbeaten and get to the regional. Ashleman out on the point. Tony Reimer right side to Keith Roth. Inside Schrader. And he is fouled by Amspoker. 2 in a row on Amspoker. The next foul will send Archbold into the 1-and-1. Kirk Wensink will come in for Patrick Henry. Inbounds play for Archbold to the right side of the bucket. 34-19 Blue Streaks. Keith Roth looking. Underneath all alone, Tony Reimer. Archbold has really done some damage with those inbounds plays. And the lead is 17.
Patrick Henry didn't have a safety underneath the basket, and Archbold realized it right off the bat and ran the play right to the block.
The whole Archbold section on their feet. Ball outside. Gerken puts up the jump shot. It won't go. Battle for the rebound, and Archbold walks with it. 2 players battling for it. Tony Reimer and Keith Roth. Boy, you love to see that as a coach, though. 2 guys going after that ball hard.
Yeah, if that's one of those from a coaching point of view, if they're going to make a mistake, you want them to make an aggressive mistake going to get the basketball.
Archbold on the defensive end with a man-to-man. Brad Meyer is checked in. Patrick Henry inbounds it. This is Wensink into the lane. This is, and a foul is called on Keith Roth as Chris Gerken went up for the shot. And Doug Kraus saying, how about that guy right next to the call who didn't make it? For Keith Roth, that is his second foul. Doug Kraus with maybe a decision. Is this a place where he takes out his guys with 2 fouls and plays it safe? Or does he keep the throttle open here and keep the hammer on?
You know, looking at the type of bench, and he talks about how deep the bench goes, this might be a spot where you're up. You might want to try to protect a few people. You look at your strengths and weaknesses, and you really kind of gauge what you can do and what you can't do.
Gerken misses a free throw. Free throw up and in. So Patrick Henry has been getting about 50% of their free throws the last several trips. They're down by 16. Archbold brings it up with 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Brad Meyer outside. This is Tony Reimer to Keith Roth. Keith looking at the options. Will bring it out of there. Guarded by Kyle Kraus. Keith gets the play to the right side. Brad Meyer. Top of the circle, Tony Reimer. On the wing to Keith Roth with 2:15 on the clock, and they may be going to a kind of a delay. Keith Roth out to Sean Roth. Sean getting pressure. Gets away. Finds Tony Reimer underneath, and he's fouled by Brian Heber. Nice look by Sean Roth, and it draws a foul from Brian Heber.
That's another example, dribble penetration. Sean Roth was able to get into the teeth of the defense as the help came. He found the open man, and it was Tony Reimer on the block.
This part of our coverage brought to you by Rosengarten Appliance, by Ellery Supper Club, and George's Furniture and Bedding. For Heber, that is his second foul. Last time around, Heber had 15 against Archbold. He has not been able to get on track tonight.
Yeah, Brian Heber has not scored yet in the first half.
Tony Reimer, free throw good. Archbold doing damage everywhere they can on that offensive end. Tony Reimer up, and it rims out. Eric Johnson with a rebound. Archbold by 17 with under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Kraus being guarded by Keith Roth. Amspoker backing in, kicks it out. Gerken now inside to Wensink. Passes outside, and Zeb Schrader picks it off. And with 1:42 to go, Archbold will probably hold it. Dave Kraus wants to see some pressure. Roth, Keith Roth with it out front, guarded by Kyle Kraus. Looks like Archbold just going to hold it in the delay for right now. Zeb Schrader with it out front. 1:22 on the clock. Ball is knocked loose. Scramble, and Schrader walks with the ball. Turnover numbers so far.
For Archbold, that's the 5th turnover here in the second quarter. 7 total, 5 for Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry, though, has not been able to capitalize on those turnovers. 1:15 to go in the quarter. Patriots on the attack. Amspoker steps out on the wing. Gerken over to Kraus. Kyle backing in, runs into traffic. No good on the shot. Wensink with a rebound up and in. 37-22. Ball in the hands of Keith Roth. Kyle Kraus trying to make it tough. Roth out of the back court with under a minute to go, and Kyle Kraus with a foul reaching in. Keith Roth trying to kind of bait him into that foul, and he draws it. And Keith Roth goes to the line for 1 and 1. Last time around, Eric Johnson had a big game against the Blue Streaks, but that hasn't developed yet. Chris Gerken's been the key man. Keith Roth's free throw, no good. Rebound, Sean Roth brings it down. And the Blue Streaks with a new possession, and will eat up some more clock. Keith Roth in traffic, ball deflected. Scramble, oh, what a play by Wensink. Up ahead, Kraus, layup, no good. Fakes, goes up, and he is fouled. Kyle had the layup but missed it. What a play by Kirk Wensink. A scramble situation. He just tipped it down the floor to Kyle Kraus.
He tipped that ball with his left hand because he was off balance and was able to center it far enough ahead for Kyle Kraus to chase it down.
Kyle, too pumped up, blew the layup. Now we'll get 2 shots at the line. Archbold up by 15 with a half minute to go. Free throw up and in. (37-23), the Blue Streaks with the lead. Kraus up, got them both. And Archbold will go with a lineup change. Brian Ashleman in for Brad Meyer. Patrick Henry goes with Tony Heiser in for Jim Amspoker. Archbold will inbound it. Ball in the backcourt. This is Ashleman. Brings it out of there. He's going to bring it up. They're trying to force it out of Keith Roth's hands. Wensink battling with Ashleman. Ashleman with a dribble move. In trouble. Gets it out to Keith Roth with 22 seconds to go in the quarter. Patrick Henry will back off. It looks like into a zone. Down to 13 and 12. Archbold holding for that final shot. Keith Roth back to Brian Ashleman. Double team, gets it to Zeb Schrader. His shot partially blocked. Rebound, Tony Reimer up. No good. 2 seconds, 1 second. Chris Gerken's long shot off the mark. Archbold by 13 with a half a basketball to go. Timeout at the sellout crowd here at the Grand Canyon. It's Archbold 37 and Patrick Henry 24.
37-24. Favor of the Blue Streaks, who actually had the lead up to 18 at 30-12 at one point. But they had a lot of foul trouble. Doug Kraus using his bench to the best of his ability to try to protect everybody, but 4 of the 5 starters had 2 fouls. Keith Roth, he kept in there, and Keith didn't pick up a third. But Alex Reimer got 6 quick points in the first quarter, then picked up 2 quick fouls. He sat the entire second quarter. Kyle Broadbeck, who had a tremendous time while he was in the ball game, ends up with a little foul trouble as well. So after Patrick Henry jumped to the 7-3 lead, Archbold went on a 10-0 or 12-0 run and a 17-2 run. Opened up a 22-11 lead at the end of the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, the Blue Streaks opened up an 18-point lead at 30-12. Patriots have cut it down to 13 here at intermission, 37-24. Quick look at our numbers. Got a special halftime guest as well.
Archbold out-rebounded Patrick Henry 15-12. Archbold with 7 offensive rebounds. Blue Streaks turned it over 7 times. Patrick Henry 6. Archbold first period 9 of 18 after a cold start with 4-3. Second period they were 6-11 from the floor, so they're shooting well, over 50%, 15 of 29. 5 threes, only 2 of 5 from the free throw line, so they're a total of 37. Patrick Henry cold on the other hand, they're 4 of 9, then 2 of 8. So the Patriots 6 of 17 from the floor, 36%, but they've made it up to 10 points at the free throw line. They're 12 of 19. They've shot 19 free throws. Archbold 5. But Patrick Henry's a team that will draw a lot of fouls because they are all 5 starters are good off the dribble penetration move, and they put a lot of pressure on a defense because they are so good at that dribble penetration. So the Blue Streaks by 13 at half.
Special halftime guest, Ralph Rufer, the head coach of the Fairview Apaches. Ralph, first of all, a tremendous season for Fairview once again this year.
Well, first of all, Larry, nobody's ever called me special, but thanks. Yeah, we did. We had great kids.
We lie a lot, you know that.
We had great kids. We had a great year.
An old friend, let's just put it that way. You really did. We talked about the sectional last week, Ralph. You bowed out to Archbold. It was a tremendous battle over there. Something special about a sectional when a 17-4 ball club, as you went into the Archbold game, has to be 2 seeded teams to get out of a sectional tournament. That's so rare in this day and age of 4 division.
Yeah, and being very honest, Larry, I wasn't happy with the draw at all, the way things went, but knowing that if we're going to be successful in the tournament, we would have to play Archbold. The way it turned out, I like playing them where we played them. I'd much rather play them that first game than now when they're playing, getting a little time under the belt and that kind of thing.
Sometimes there's a little advantage, perhaps, in playing that first game, whereas they had the bye. I know Doug Krause thought about, boy, he would have liked to have had a game in, but he said, those teams are too good. I've got to take the bye.
Well, he had to, because he would have had to play 2 good games to get out, rather than take 1 and take your chances. But I thought the advantage swung in our favor by playing on Tuesday night and being able to get by Liberty Center. And we didn't play exceptionally well against Liberty Center, but I thought I got our kids into the tournament feel and those kind of things. And we came out and gave it a great effort, but it just wasn't enough.
Absolutely, and in particular, Brad Vance, you're going to miss that kid, Ralph. What a great senior year. First team all-district, bows out with only 35 points.
Well, Brad's really special because he lives just across the road from us and I've known him since he was a pup.
In spite of living across the road, he's turned out that good. Now I'll start to get back to my old self.
Well, what I was going to point out, I can remember him from a very young age. Early on a Saturday morning, you'd hear that basketball pounding and pounding and pounding, and he still pounds that today. And where he got to wasn't a stroke of luck or anything like that. It was just a lot of hard work.
Basketball's become that, Ralph. When you played a lot when you were a kid, I know, but boy, it's become almost very close to a 12-month sport now.
Well, I guess I'm an old-timer, the Bill Arthur, that kind of mold, but I still think there's room for baseball, and I think kids need to be well-rounded, and that's one thing about our kids. They play baseball, several of them play football, but I don't like that 12-month, and not that I don't push it, because I think you have to be competitive, but I think kids can focus in too much on basketball, and they, you know as well as I will, you're only a kid once, and you got to enjoy it while you can.
I don't remember anymore.
Well, it's been a long time, Larry.
Don't act like one. You better believe it. Well, great to see Brad Vance, Brian Gentry, Andy Singer, to name 3. I'm not trying to leave anybody out, but still, you're going to miss those kids big time, but just an outstanding sophomore class and a nice nucleus returning. Yeah, you might not be a 20-0 team, but you're going to be solid, aren't you?
Well, I like to believe so right now, and just about our kids, and the kids started this 3 or 4 years ago. we got beat out on that Friday night. They took off one day on Monday, and they're playing at 7 o'clock every morning. All the young kids are in there that aren't involved in spring sports. So, that gives you, after a year's over, you say, especially when you're getting to be my age, well, should you do it another year? But when you walk in the gym at 7 o'clock and they play from 7 to 8 every morning, that makes you want to come back.
Yeah, that's great. Of course, you got another son, and he'll be a nice year on the JV team, I know, and be ready to play about next year, at least in some regard.
Well, he either plays next year or we quit feeding him, one or the other. So, but going back to that morning deal, that's not all kids, because you got your own son, and he's got the keys to the school, so that makes it a little bit more convenient. But yeah, I think you got to do things for that, for kids like that, and then the kids got to take advantage of the opportunity.
Quick thought on the Archbold PH game right now.
Well, I tell you, it's interesting. Like I said, I like seniors in a big game, but I think momentum might be headed towards the red side instead of the blue side. But I like a Keith Roth, I like a Sean Roth coming back. I think whoever gains control coming out the gate here in the second half. This is not over by any means, but I just think control is going to be very important in the first half of this third quarter. If Archbold jumps out, I think it's over. But if they let PH keep creeping back in, flip a coin at the end.
Absolutely so. And actually, PH, it could have been worse for them than 13 right now. They were down as much as 18, Ralph.
In all actuality, they should be down 20. And they got it back into a comfortable margin, and now anything can happen.
We'll let you go. Thanks for stopping by. Great year.
Thank you, Larry.
Ralph Rufer, head coach of Fairview. Tonight's broadcast being brought to you in part by the Hamler Restaurant on Randolph Street in Hamler, with great home cooking and friendly atmosphere, too. Phone 274-6732. Third quarter, ready to go with the Blue Streaks on top of the Patriots, 37-24.
Not doing it.
I'm doing the third quarter.
You are. I don't want this bonus on my shoulders. So you get us ahead by 25 or so, and then I'll take over.
Yeah, I'll give it about 2 minutes to go, or something like that. 37-24, Blue Streaks leaded by 13. Here we go, third quarter. Archbold with their original starting five, the same for Patrick Henry. Big key for PH. Ralph River just said it. First, they've got to get back in it or not let Archbold expand this lead over the first 4 or 5 minutes of the third period. Blue Streak possession, we'll see what happens. Keith Roth to Alex Reimer. Sean Roth backdoor pass, threw it away. Tried the backdoor lob to Alex Reimer. Guess I don't do much good either, Blue. Patrick Henry will have the ball, and Kyle Kraus will bring it up. Kraus and Heber just 4 points between them. Kyle had all 4, and they were foul shots. PH too good a shooting team to go through another half like that. They'll get back in this thing. Archbold to try to keep that margin. Kyle dribbling on the right side now. Bouncing into Tony Heiser. Heiser outside Gherkin, who had 12 points. Over to Kraus. Spin move now in the lane. Going to the hole. Putting it up and in. 37-26. Patrick Henry back to within 11. Early third quarter. Left side, here's Sean Roth. Baseline. Flips back to Ashman into Broadbeck. Going to the hole. Lays it up and in. Kyle Broadbeck with 8. Patrick Henry pushes it up. Gherkin going to the hole now. Putting it up good. He's fouled by Sean Roth, who didn't get back. 14 for Gherkin. 39-28. Sean just didn't see the pass coming. Good job by Patrick Henry in transition, though. Zeb Schroeder in and Sean Roth sits down. Doug Kraus a little unhappy with his senior right there. Gherkin with 14 points. Free throw up, rolls good. 10-point ball game. Archbold's lead was as big as 18 in that second quarter. 39-29, 7 minutes to go, third period. Keith Roth with it. Flips in now to Broadbeck. Back out, Zeb Schroeder. In now to Reimer. Spin move. Pump fake. 5-footer up. Bounces no good. There's Broadbeck. Rebound. Shot up. Block, but a foul. Kyle Broadbeck playing like a man inside tonight. He'll shoot 2. Kyle was no factor in the first game between these two, but he's been a huge factor tonight.
That's putting it mildly. He's doing a yeoman's work on the boards, good moves inside, and drawing some fouls.
Rodbeck to shoot two. Winsink back in, replacing Johnson for PH. 2 free throws for Kyle. First one on the way, up and in. That's his 9th point. 40-29. Second one up. Nope. Rebound tipped around. Zeb Schroeder has it for Archbold. Takes it outside. Let's fly with a 3. No good. Tipped around and rebounded by Patrick Henry Skirkin. Skirkin up the middle now. Lost the handle. Picked up by Schroeder. Outlet Roth. He pushes it. Flips out to Ashman. Back to Roth. Roth inside now. Spin move. Turn around. Reimer. 5-footer up and good. Alex Reimer with 8 points. 42-29. Left side here's Heber with it. Starting to drive. Nice pass over to Winsink. Pump fake shot up. Blocked by Reimer into the hands of Roth. And now Zeb Schroeder. He threw it away. Back over to the Patriots. Stopping. Long 3 by up and good by Kraus. 42-32. Keith Roth brings it up. Boy, there's a big turnaround. Ashman on the right side. On top, Rodbeck. Left side to Keith Roth. Keith, baseline, lobs in Reimer. Up off glass and good again. Reimer with 10. Patrick Henry pushes it. Left side here, Skirkin with it on the wing. 44-32, 5:38 to play, third quarter. Heber on the right side. Kraus left side now picked up by Keith Roth. Kyle coming alive here in the third. Out of the right side, Skirkin with it. The sophomore starting a drive, got a whistle, bumped, and fouled by Zeb Schroeder. His second. Team's first of the second half.
Going to check back in for Archbold. Wanted to remind everyone, coming up tomorrow, a special benefit for a special young man, Nick Wyrick. That benefit tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Bavarian House. Great menu. Want you to be there and help support Nick Wyrick and his family. That's coming up tomorrow. Here's Heiser in traffic. Looked like he double dribbled. Shoots and scores. And Doug Kraus came unglued off the bench on that one. It's back to a 10-point game. Oh, Sean Roth gets away. Fakes. Kicks it outside. Ashleman brings it out to Keith Roth. Under 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Ashleman deep in the corner. And Heber called for a foul on a 3-point shot. And that's 3 on Brian Heber. Brian will come out of there, and Jim Amspoker's in. And Ashleman will get a chance to hit 3 free throws. He had missed the shot altogether. Archbold up by 10, trying to keep that double-digit pace going. Ashleman up. Yes, it'll hold. Archbold out shooting Patrick Henry at that free throw line. Ashleman drains the second one. It almost seems like Patrick Henry has even increased the tempo even more here in this second half. Ashleman for 3 in a row. He got him. And Archbold up by 13. 4:52 to go in the quarter. 47-34 Archbold. Amspoker right side to Gherkin. Chris with a drive in traffic. Shoots. Got it. And Chris Gherkin carrying the Patriots on his shoulders.
Chris Gherkin with 17 points in this basketball game.
Archbold's lead is 11. Roth goes inside, Broadback, fakes, leans, shoots the turnaround, and drains 2 more. He wants the ball in there.
Kyle Broadback, 5 points in the third quarter. Alex Reimer, 4.
And he deflects a pass on the other end. Broadback gets it back. Keith Roth with a drive and a foul on Kyle Kraus out front. Patrick Henry just can't stop Archbold from scoring.
What's really creating problems is they can't double down, because when they do that, that opens up the perimeter shots for Archbold. So they really have to let their post players play one-on-one. look for them maybe to try to front just a little bit more here later in the game.
Ashleman works the left wing, gets it to Keith Roth. Archbold by 13 with the ball, and a foul is called on Kirk Wensink. And Dave Kraut says, what about the hook? Four team fouls on Patrick Henry, 2 on Archbold in this half. Archbold will inbound it. Ball is stolen by Chris Gerken. Gerken goes down against Sean Roth, and he is fouled by Sean. What a play by Chris Gerken. Sean Roth for his 3rd foul, and it's an inbounds play for Patrick Henry. Patrick Henry's post people are really being challenged by Dave Kraus to get in front of Archbold's post people, who are doing a great job of keeping them behind. Now they have signaled the foul on the scoreboard on 32, and that would have been a 3rd on Keith Roth. Everybody was jumping up and down for Archbold. One of the Roth boys got it. It will be Sean. He'll stay in there with 3 fouls with 4:07 to go in the quarter. Patrick Henry inbounds, goes way out front to Amspoker. Amspoker with a drive. Backs it out now to Kyle Kraus. It's a 13-point Archbold lead. Kyle Kraus trying to set the play. Here comes Gerken out there with a drive. Leans in, shoots and misses. Rebound, Reimer's got it. Very few offensive rebounds for Patrick Henry in this game. Wensink with a steal, takes it away from Roth and scores. Kirk Wensink scores. Ball goes in the backcourt. 49-38, Archbold with a lead. 3:30 to go in the 3rd. And it's tightening up some more. Reimer outside. Archbold trying to signal for a timeout. Sean Roth outside to Ashleman. And finally they get the timeout. Timeout in the 3rd quarter. It's Archbold 49, Patrick Henry 38. Well, the Blue Streaks took the timeout. This part of our coverage brought to you by German Mutual Insurance with agents Brad Meister and Dan Hefflinger, by Korhummel Ford and Bishop Meats. One of the biggest crowds ever at the Grand Canyon to check out the district final. Division III, Archbold on top by 11. Let's see if it's a set play and an offensive foul. No, they call a walk. A walk on Archbold. Reimer really clearing out to try and get open.
Yeah, 5th turnover for Archbold so far in the 3rd quarter. The pressure that Patrick Henry's been able to put on the perimeter has created some problems.
Big possession for the Patriots. They can get it under double digits here. Kraus inside to Heiser. Spin move, backing in, shoots and scores, and he is fouled. Count the bucket. Broadbeck tried to draw the charge. He fell down, and then Heiser ran over him. And Doug Kraus, very close to a technical foul, went out on the floor. Count the bucket. It's 49-40. Tony Heiser will shoot the free throw. For Kyle Broadbeck, his 3rd foul.
Kyle Broadbeck with 3, Sean Roth with 3.
Team fouls are even at 4-4. Well, you rarely see that. Broadbeck tried to draw the charge. He fell down, and then he actually turned out tripping Heiser after he had hit the free throw. Broadbeck will now come out of there. And we have Tony and Alex Reimer, twins in the lineup. They are at the top of their class at Archbold with 4 points around. And at the line, Tony Heiser to try and bring the Patriots within 8. He nails it. 49-41, 2:55 to go. Both sides are on their feet. Archbold, Tony Reimer, right side to Keith Roth. Alex Reimer got loose, spins. It's rejected by Tony Heiser. Tony Heiser sent it up into the cheerleader section.
Patrick Henry and especially Tony Heiser read what was going to happen that time, dropped down and was able to give the weak side help and block the shot.
Archbold inbounds. Ball goes in. Ashleman backs it out. Patrick Henry all over Archbold on the point. Down the lane, ball's knocked loose, and they call a foul on Tony Heiser as Keith Roth split the defense. Inbounds play for Archbold. Team foul number 5 on Patrick Henry. Heiser with his first. Inbounds play, Ashleman brings it out front. Now to Zeb Schrader. Keith Roth and Kyle battling out front. 2:25 to go. Here's Alex Reimer on the point. Left side to Keith Roth. Keith with a drive. Leans in, shoots and scores. What a huge bucket for Archbold. 51-41. Krause with it out front. 2:08 to go. Patrick Henry looking for an opening. This is Gherkin with it out front. Chris back over to Kyle. Kyle into the lane, crosses. Now backs it out of there. 51-41 Archbold. They want the floor spread out a little bit. Gherkin on the left side. Here's Heiser deep in the left corner. He drives in, throws it out front. It's stolen. Zeb Schrader with the ball. A Patrick Henry turnover and a big one right there. 1:35 to go in the quarter. Keith Roth into the lane, lays it up and scores! Keith Roth with back-to-back buckets puts Archbold up by 12. Maybe the 2 biggest plays of the game. Keith Roth, or should say Krause, inside to Heiser, backing in, gets it to Kyle deep in the corner. It's no good on the 3, and a foul on the rebound. Maybe a turning point in the game. That's 16 fouls, and for Kirk Wensink, foul number 3.
Just 2 big plays by Keith Roth. You look for players to step up and make plays. Keith Roth has made 2 tremendous plays, both on dribble penetration.
So the Patrick Henry run that had cut it to 8 now finds Archbold up by 12 and with the basketball. Kirk Wensink with a big stint of time in there for Patrick Henry. 53-41 Archbold with 1:10 left in the third. Roth to the right side. This is Brian Ashleman to Alex Reimer. Alex with the ball, gets it to Ashleman. Under a minute to go in the third. The winner to the regional. Here's Keith Roth with a drive. Lean, shoots. No good. Rebound. Tony Reimer up and in. The rebound edge in this third quarter. 6-1 in favor of Archbold. 55-41. The Blue Streaks with 35 seconds to go in the quarter. Amspoker turnaround jumper is good. 55-43. 27 seconds to go in the third. And Archbold will go for 1. Patrick Henry's going to play a zone here to close the quarter. 15 seconds to go, and Archbold just holding it. Down to 10. Keith Roth with the ball near center court. Sends it down. Zeb Schrader picks his way through. Shoots. Scores! With 2 seconds with 1, and that's it in the quarter. Archbold with a huge bucket to close the third. From 6'2", junior Zeb Schrader. It's Archbold 57, Patrick Henry 43.
Attention farmers, have you ordered your certified 125 pounds? Delta was the state champion as a team.
All right, here we go. Archbold by 14 going to the fourth quarter.
In that third quarter, Patrick Henry 8 of 11 from the field, 73%, 2 of 2 from the line, and end up losing a point because Archbold also 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 5 from the line.
Tony Heiser hits a turnaround jumper in the lane to open up this fourth quarter. It's 57-45. Chris Gherkin opens up guarding Keith Roth here in this fourth quarter. Roth working on Gherkin and walks with a basketball as Archbold finds Patrick Henry with a double team.
Yeah, 14 turnovers for Archbold. That's allowed Patrick Henry to get a few more opportunities.
The big stat now on the boards, 21-13 edge on and Archbold with a lead. They're getting a lot of extra chances. This part of our coverage brought to you by Vigoro, by the Handler State Bank and the Henry County Hospital. Patrick Henry down by 12. Heber with the ball, gives it off to Kyle Krause. Kyle working on Ashleman, and he called for a walk. Both teams' defenses have come out charged up here in the fourth quarter. Archbold 7 minutes, 20 seconds away from going to the regional. Patrick Henry trying to put together a comeback to get themselves a ticket to Toledo. Sean Roth out to Alex Reimer. This is Keith Roth inside Kyle Broadbeck. Lean, shoots, it's blocked. Rebound outside into Brian Ashleman's hands, or was that a pass? Broadbeck saw the numbers against him, so he sends it outside. Archbold operating on offense, taking their time. Reimer over to Keith Roth, sets for three. It's not going to go. And Kyle Kraus with a rebound. Patrick Henry on the attack. Kyle to Johnson. Out to Kraus for three. This is short. Rebound's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go to Archbold. Neither team can get anything going here in this fourth quarter. Here's Jim Amspoker to replace Kyle Kraus in the Patrick Henry lineup. Kyle's gone the distance. Ball in the backcourt. Keith Roth. Now this is a tough assignment for Chris Gherkin, the sophomore, to battle with Keith Roth out front. Pass on the wing left side. Ashleman with it. Archbold trying to add to their lead, and Eric Johnson fouls Alex Reimer. That's a big one because Archbold goes to the 1-and-1. Archbold has only 4 team fouls, so they're going to keep Patrick Henry from shooting free throws for quite a while yet. Sellout crowd on hand for the district final, and it's sold out in a hurry. The toughest ticket in a couple of years. Reimer's free throw is good. How about Archbold's free throw shooting in this second half?
4 of 5 in the third quarter, 1 of 1 here in the fourth quarter. 7 of 11 for the game.
Reimer will miss this one, but Broadbeck with a rebound, puts it up and in. It appeared he had no angle, but got it in, and Archbold's got that lead back to 15. 60-45. Heber with a drive, passes to the deep corner. Amspoker for three. It won't go. Johnson with a rebound to Amspoker. Puts it up in traffic and scores. Amspoker cuts the lead to 13. It's 60-47. Lots of time left. 6 minutes to go. Keith Roth over to Sean. Thought about three. Now drives. Kicks it out to Ashleman. He'll fire the three. No good. Rebound to Heber. Heber brings it up for Patrick Henry. Down low to Heiser. Baseline jumper. Got it. Patrick Henry. Throw, and then Archbold turns it over on the inbounds play. And Patrick Henry gets it back. Trailing by 11, 60-49 with 5:40 left to go. And Archbold with a timeout. We'll take a break in the fourth quarter. Patrick Henry down 60-49. Kind of been a battle between a 9 to 15 point game this second half, and Patrick Henry hasn't been able to get that real big run, and that's probably why, because Archbold's a tough team to battle against.
You look at the numbers in that third quarter. Patrick Henry came out and played super. They came out and shot the ball very well, but Archbold matched them with their inside strength. You know, right now, if you look at the type of shots, Archbold's been able to get easier shots than Patrick Henry, but right at this point in time, they're still converting at the same rate.
Patrick Henry basketball, they are down by 11. And the team foul situation will be a factor. Patrick Henry not in the 1-and-1, and Archbold is. Patrick Henry inbounds. Kraus looking, gets it in, out to Kirk Winsink. Now back to Brian Heber. Heber guarded by Reimer. Trying to set things up. Heber battling with a dribble, loses it. Kraus scoops it up, gets it to Gherkin on the baseline. Jumper no good, and he's called for an offensive foul. That's a big call because Broadbeck was the defender. If he gets the foul, it's his fourth. Gherkin picks it up, and it's a turnover, and back to Archbold. For Chris Gherkin, his third foul. Well defended by the Blue Streaks. Ball in the backcourt. Keith Roth brings it up against Chris Gherkin. 5:20 to go. They're going to try and double team Keith Roth if they can, but that could leave some people open for threes. Here's Sean Roth out on the perimeter to Kyle Broadbeck. Left side Keith Roth underneath, and Amspoker fouls Alex Reimer. 1-and-1 for Alex Reimer, and a third foul on Amspoker with 5:09 left to go in the game. Archbold by 11. Tony Heiser in for Jim Amspoker. Alex Reimer steps to the line. 6'4" senior, maybe the most improved player on this Archbold team. His free throw no good, and Heber with a rebound. Heber will bring it up the floor. Works to the wing. Gherkin gathers in a tough pass. Chris out on the point. Trying to work his way in now to Brian Heber on the left side. Heber puts it on the floor, picks up his dribble, gets it into Heiser, lost it for a second. Loose on the floor, into the hands of Chris Gherkin. Chris trying to move around Reimer, and Reimer reaches in for a foul. That's 3 on Alex Reimer. And we're down to 4:44 left in this game.
Interesting, Patrick Henry going without Kyle Krause on the point, using Brian Heber and using Chris Gherkin up top.
What do you think it's all about?
Maybe just trying to run a little one-on-one on the weak side if they can get the ball reversed and allow Kyle to go one-on-one on this weak side.
Wensink takes the inbounds in traffic, missed the shot, rebounded by Alex Reimer. And with 4.5 minutes to go, Archbold by 11 with the ball. Keith Roth directing traffic. Pass to Ashelman out on the perimeter. Gives it to Broadbeck on the point. To Keith Roth. Here's Sean. 60-49 Archbold. Ashelman gives it to Alex Reimer. Over to Sean Roth. Ball inside. This is Broadbeck. He sends it out front, and Keith Roth flags it down. 4:08 to go in the game. Archbold trying to chew up a little clock here. Ashelman gives it off to Alex Reimer, to Keith Roth, under to Broadbeck. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound to Tony Heiser. And Kyle brings it up the floor. Kyle with a drive, lean, shoots, scores. No basket. He ran into Kyle Broadbeck. Broadbeck with nice position. Krause got by Keith Roth, but there was another blue streak right there to meet him. And that wipes out a big bucket. Patrick Henry with a timeout. 3:49 to go. Archbold still up by 11, 60-49.
It's been rumored that the
Cellular Express is your answer to getting the best in communication service.
This part of our coverage brought to you by Oak Grove Quality Care, by the Deschler Farmers Elevator, and D&W Collision. Here we go, the final 3:45 from the Grand Canyon with the district title on the line. Sean Roth with a drive to the baseline and then lost it. Oh, appeared to be a walk as he carried it a little bit. And Doug Krause says, get it to Keith Roth. But Patrick Henry knows that's where they want to go too. 60-49 the score. Archbold with a lead. Ball will go out front. This is Ashelman with it. From now on, Archbold will shoot 2 free throws on every foul. Sean Roth on the sideline. Ball out front, Zeb Schrader. Ball is tipped and it's out of bounds off of Patrick Henry. 3:27 to go. Do you see Archbold in an outright delay here?
I don't think they're in an outright delay, but they're going to be very cautious and they're going to pick the shots that they want.
Pass on the right wing. Sean Roth with it. Brings it out front. Oh, Wensink almost with a steal. This is Zeb Schrader with it. Gives it off to Sean Roth. Sean getting some pressure. Ball is deflected in the back court, and it's over and back. Keith Roth stepped into the back court. It was deflected, but Keith already had it in his hands when he put that other foot down.
Yeah, that's looking at, you have to decide when possession was first occupied, whether they had it on this side of the line or the other. The official ruled that he had possession and then stepped across.
So Patrick Henry gets it back after the turnover, but can the Patriots put something together on offense? Heber takes it on the left side over to Gherkin. Out on the perimeter, drives, baseline jumper, and a foul called. And Gherkin goes to the line to shoot 2 shots. 2:57 left to go. And the foul on Sean Roth is his 4th. It may be Patrick Henry's only hope in winning this game is to get to the free throw line a lot in the last 3 minutes.
And in this last 3 minutes, they'll be shooting 1 and 1 from now on, so that will give them some opportunities.
Chris Gherkin's free throw up and good. 60-50. The scoring pace has really slowed down in this second half. Gherkin to try and get it under double digits. Free throw up and no good, but an Archbold lane violation. Alex Reimer will go in for Sean Ross. Sean has had trouble with that. He's so anxious to get a rebound that he comes into the lane too soon. And Doug Krause not happy about that, especially if Chris Gerken scores here. So Chris gets one more try. He will miss it. Rebound. Broadbeck's got it. Here comes Archbold on the run and a foul on Wensink. I don't know that they want to foul with 2:53 to go. They want to keep the heat on. Keith Roth goes to the line for 2 shots. 60-50, Archbold with the lead. Keith Roth for 2. Free throw up and no good. Keith Roth has had trouble with his free throws. He's a real good shooter everywhere else.
Yeah, he's 0 for 2 tonight from the free throw line. Patrick Henry's just had to work so hard to get shots. You know, a 10-point lead right now is a pretty big lead because there hasn't been very many easy shots for PH.
The 3 just hasn't been there. Keith Roth gets one of the 2. So the lead is 11, 61-50. Here comes Patrick Henry with 2:50 left in the game. Krause with it. Goes down low. Chris Gerken leans in, shoots off balance, got the roll. 61-52. 2:40 left to go. Keith Roth brings it up. Archbold by 9. Pass on the left wing. Ashleman pressured. Out front to Reimer. Alex gives it off to Keith Roth. 2:28 left to go. Archbold in a mini delay here. Ball out front. Reimer battling with Amspoker. Now in the hands of Keith Roth with 2:15 left to go. Keith out front. They're trying to double team. Ashleman with the ball. Gets away from Kyle Krause. Behind the back dribble. Pass down low. Broadbeck fake. Shoots. No good. And he's fouled. Amspoker with a foul. Broadbeck will shoot 2. With 2:02 to go. That's a 4th foul on Jim Amspoker. Archbold worked about 35 seconds off the clock there. Kyle Broadbeck can boost this lead back over double digits. First one on the way, no good. Kirk Wensink in for Patrick Henry. Eric Johnson will come in for the Patriots. He will replace Tony Heiser. 2:02 to go. Archbold by 9. The winner goes to the regional and will play Thursday night at Toledo. Broadbeck, second one, up and in. The lead is 10. 2 minutes left in the game. 62-52. Kyle Krause goes down low. That's Johnson. Kicks it out. Kyle will go baseline. His pass knocked out of bounds. 1:52 to go.
Another example of Archbold being able to help and then recover. That time, Alex Reimer was able to get down and help on the defensive end.
Johnson shot up, partially blocked. Keith Roth with a rebound. And then he throws it off of one of the Patriots out of bounds. So the lead still 10, and now it's down to 1:47 left to go in the game. Archbold inbounding, looking, Alex Reimer into Keith Roth. Keith heads up the floor. Oh, and he collides with Brian Heber. Offensive foul. Oh, no, they call it on. Oh, no, they call it on Chris Gerken. Brian Heber made a tremendous defensive play. He saw Keith Roth scanning the floor. He got in the face of Keith Roth. He got blown over, and they called it on Chris Gerken. Where did Chris come from?
Chris was trailing the play, and they called it a push from behind.
Whoa. Boy, Brian Heber is still trying to get the cobwebs out. He was just planted in the floor on that play. Keith Roth will go to the line to shoot 2. Tony Heiser back in for Eric Johnson. Archbold now can inflate the lead with free throws. That's a great play by Brian Heber right there.
You know, what you always teach your kids is to go and make sure you guard the basket first. but the way that break was set up, they went to the three-point line, so Brian Heber realized he couldn't get out there, so he attacked the ball and made a very heads-up play. Just didn't get the call.
Keith Roth makes the free throw, and the lead is 11. And missed that one. Brian Heber with a rebound. So Patrick Henry down by 11 with only 1:40 to go. Heber, baseline fadeaway. Oh, what a tough shot. He got it. And a Patriot timeout. It's a 9-point game with 1:34 to go. We'll take a break. Archbold 63, Patrick Henry 54. By Wally Super Value by Cellular Express and Klein's Gold Keg. I'll tell you what, Archbold has been a model of consistency, Bruce Lesher. They just haven't had a real bad run in this ball game at all.
No, they really haven't made mistakes defensively at all. They've really forced Patrick Henry to play very well. Offensively, they've been very consistent in getting the ball where they want it, and that's proved to be very successful for them.
Patrick Henry, I think, is going to go to the foul route here and just try and hope Archbold misses. Keith Roth got fouled by Greg Weber, who was checked in the game. And Keith Roth will shoot two. 1:32 to go. And Archbold by 9. Blue Streaks were knocked out last year in the district final by Coldwater. Dave Krause doing his substituting, kind of a foul lineup in there. Their only role really to foul in that, and it's an important one. Keith Roth's free throw good. Well, Keith had hit a dry spell, but now he's connecting.
He's made 3 out of his last 4 free throws.
The lead is 10, and now 11. 65-54, 1.5 minutes to go in the game. Krause with it on the left wing, drives, shut off, gets it out to Heiser. Tony puts it on the floor, spins, puts up the shot, didn't get it. Gets his own rebound, and he is fouled by Keith Roth. Feared Keith had him tied up on a jump ball there, but whistle goes against Roth, and now 1-1 for Patrick Henry with 1:18 left to go in the game. 65-54 Archbold. Doing almost as I'd hate to see if this game was down to a 1 or 2 point game. There's been enough tension in this ball game when it's been double digits. Keith Roth with his 3rd foul. Here's Kyle Broadbeck in for Zeb Schrader in the Archbold lineup. Zeb gets a big hand. All right, Tony Heiser at the line for 1-1. 6'4" sophomore. Free throw up and rims out. Rebound, Kyle Broadbeck. His 9th of the game. And Archbold up by 11 now will try and put it on hold. Amspoker guarding Keith Roth. Here's the pass. Sean Roth trying to keep away, and a foul reaching in with 1:03 on the clock against Patrick Henry's Greg Weber. And it will send Sean Roth to the line for 2 shots. If Archbold hits their free throws, they are headed to the regional. It's a
7-point night from Sean Roth and win 2 ball games at the district level. They haven't won this one yet, though. Free throw on the way up and in. 66-54. Durkin back in as Dave Krause using his situation substitution, designated foulers that we prefer. Free throw up and good. Archbold now hit 4 in a row after hitting only 4 the first night. Long 3, Kyle Krause, no good. Broadbeck again with a rebound. He's fouled by Heiser with 57 seconds to go. Here's one vote that says this is the best game Kyle Broadbeck has played in 3 years at Archbold.
That's what we wanted him to play it too. You step up. He said Sean not having a big weekend here, and here comes Kyle, who they said sort of slumped in the middle of the season, and now he's playing like an all-stater.
Shooting 2. Kyle just 2 out of 4 at the line himself tonight. Free throw no good. It's too hard. 57 seconds left as Eric Johnson checks back in. But the Blue Streaks now with a 13-point lead and only 57 seconds left. Here's Kirk Wensink back in. Jim Amspoker leaves. Broadbeck Second opportunity coming up. Kyle's got it on the way, and good this time. 15 for Broadbeck. He'll leave as Zeb Schroeder checks back in at the defensive end. About pass to Brian Heber. Archbold with a clock on her side now with a 14-point lead. Heber on top now to Krause. Kyle stops, fires the three off balance, no good. Rebound, Krause has it. Over to Heber, can't handle it, out of bounds to Archbold. With 42 seconds remaining.
If I still smoke cigars, I'd be lighting one up right now, but
Dave Krause says virtually the same thing. Tim Winsick checked in, and so does Paul Ryder, Chris T.G. So Dave Krause says is conceding right now, and Doug will empty his bench too. Corey Rufer, Brad Meyer, check in. Here comes Jake Wise and Aaron Kaufman. Archbold fans on their feet. Let's do the Blue Streak thing. Rufer inbounds the ball now to Kaufman. 40 seconds go, mishandles the dribble. Gets it back, flips over to Zeb Schroeder. Schroeder back to Brad Meyer. Brad back over to Kaufman, 28 seconds. Right side, Jake Wise. Archbold about to win the district. Wise down the lane to the hole, lays it up, no good. Rebound, Schroeder back up, no good, but he's fouled. He'll shoot two. Foul goes against Greg Weber. 68-54, 19 seconds to go. Archbold will tie a school record for most consecutive victories at 23 and move on to the regional tournament against either Madison Plains or Mount Gilead. The seniors stepped up big for the Blue Streaks. So did junior Zeb Schroeder, who hits the free throw. Zeb gets his 8th point. He's the only underclassman that sees any playing time whatsoever, unless it's at this point in the ball game. Second one up and good. Joe Delaney replaces Zeb Schroeder. 70-54, Archbold. Wensink right side, starting a drive now, going in. Weber puts it up off glass and good. 70-56 and a foul. Paul Ryder fouls Aaron Kaufman with 9 seconds to go. .5'10" sophomore. Will go to the line to shoot two. You know, after Thursday night, Blue, I didn't like the Blue Streaks' chances all that well. But boy, did they step it up tonight. Free throw by Kaufman up and good. 71-56. Second one, good. 72-56. Tim Wensink brings it down. Long three by Tim. Got it! Tim Wensink. 1 second. Buzzer sounds. It's all over. Archbold, your 1996 Division III district champion. Defeat the Patrick Henry Patriots 72-59. The Krause brothers give each other a big pat on the back. The players shake hands. We've got the trophy presentation and more coming up. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
The world's largest farm machinery auction.
baskets, 8 of 12 at the line for 20. Fellow sophomore Tony Heiser had 5 buckets of free throws for 11. Eric Johnson, who had 20 against did not score. That was a foul in this one. Brian Huber, who had 15 in that just 1 basket for 2 points. Kyle Kraus had 2 buckets, 1 of a three-pointer, 4 out of 6 at the line for 9. Jim Amspoker off the for 6. Kirk Winsink had 3 buckets for 6. Greg Weber a basket for 2, and Tim Winsink had a 3-point goal for 3 points. Brad Kubander, Chris Tichy, Paul Ryder all played over the last few seconds but did not score. For the 20 Blue Streaks, Sean ends up with 2 3-pointers, 3 out of 4 at the foul line for his total of 9 points. Alex Reimer, despite foul trouble, had 5 buckets of free throw for 11. Doug Krause did a great job of coaching through that foul difficulty there. Late in the second quarter, Kyle Broadbeck, 6 baskets, 3 free throws for 15. We don't have individual numbers, but Broadbeck seemed to have, though when you have Archbold 28 rebounds, he seemed to have about half those rebounds. Brian Asherman, what a job he did defensively on Brian Heber tonight. He ends up with 2 buckets, 1 3-pointer, 3 free throws for 8 points. And point guard Keith Roth, 4 baskets, 1 3-pointer, 4 out of 7 at the line for his 13. Zeb Schroeder had 3 buckets, 1 of a 3-pointer, 2 free throws for 9. Tony Reimer, 2 baskets, a free throw for 5. Aaron Kaufman, 2 free throws for 2. Brad Meyer, Corey Ruford, Joe Delaney, and Jake Wise all played but did not score. It's a final 72-59. The Archbold Blue Streaks defeat the Patrick Henry Patriots and earn a berth in next week's regional tournament. Martin Taylor will be working very hard to get the final on that other game between Mount Gilead and Madison Plains. That's who the Blue Streaks will be playing next Thursday night at 6:30 at the University of Toledo's Savage Hall. Can we make it a date, Blue?
I think we can be there for that one. Nothing too pressing. Blue Streaks, every time PH came back at them, they had the answer. They had balanced scoring. They moved the ball well. And PH is so explosive and so good that you knew they're not going to go away even when Arch was ahead by 15 or 16 in that second period. But just every time it got down to 8 or 9 and things were looking bad for the Blue Streaks, somebody did something that Broadbeck played his career game. They moved the ball, did hit enough free throws in that fourth period too after sort of a cold start. I think they made 7 out of their last 8, and they just always had just enough to keep Patrick Henry at bay. What a team the Patriots are going to have next year.
Tell you what, Blue, the Archbold tonight played more like the Archbold team we watched earlier in the season. They played a little more loose, a little bit more relaxed, and really attacked defensively. It wasn't a full court press or anything, just good, solid, hard-nosed, aggressive, man-to-man defense. And I really think next week in the regional tournament, there was more pressure here in the district than there will be for them next week in the regional. There are no guarantees, but I think they'll step their game up even more next week.
Well, they had three tournament games. The first sectional game for an undefeated team supposed to be somebody with a 4-16 record, not Fairview, who was just so very, very good that night against the Blue Streaks. Lima Central played them tough Thursday night. What do you say about that? In overtime, the Blue Streaks might have been fortunate even to win that, and then they come in tonight. So nobody's had 3 tougher games to get ready for the regional than the Archbold Blue Streaks have. And as you said, that team coming up from Columbus, I would think that, as you said, I think the Blue Streaks are going to have a lot of confidence going into that game.
No reason why they should not. They're ranked number 1 in the state of Ohio. They're 23-0 now on the season. We'll have Coach Doug Krause coming up. They got a little net cutting ceremony going on. Doug's got to get a little piece of the net, obviously, and we'll try to get him working his way up here, but he's being congratulated down on the floor right now. And most of the Archbold fans are still here right now enjoying this, and it was obviously a very festive occasion. These seniors have worked so hard since they've been little kids just to try to earn the right to move on to the regionals, Blue. 2 years ago, manhandled by a much too good Lima Central Catholic team. Last year, they had the district title halfway down their hip pocket and let it get away, but they wouldn't let it get away here tonight, and they are the 1996 Division III district champions. Patrick Henry battled them tooth and nail. Big key early on after PH got the quick early lead at 7-3. Archbold hit that 12-0 run, a 17-2 run, led at 22-11 at the end of the first period. Then built the lead to 18 points at 30-12 midway through the second. But that's when they started to get a little foul difficulty. They had 4 starters, each with 2 fouls. Doug Krause substituted right there trying to protect people. They were able to get to the locker room at halftime. Their lead had shrunk down to 13 at 37-24. Patrick Henry, as you said, made a couple of runs at him in that third quarter, but Archbold answered every time. I believe the closest the Patriots got was 8 points. Blue Streaks quickly had it back up to 11-13 most of the rest of the way. And that's pretty much how the fourth quarter went as well. They got it down to 9 at 61-52, I do believe. But then Archbold answered once again, and eventually had the lead back between 11 and 15 the rest of the way with a final margin of 13. I just said they did a good job, Doug and Mike and Joe, when they had the foul trouble there. Just, you see, you can't have these guys sitting on the bench, but that last 3 minutes of the second period, and then they did hold the ball for about a minute there too, which I thought was a very good strategy, but they saved it. Nobody had 3 fouls, I don't believe, did they, at halftime, and they just had to go down to that 8th man even on the bench, and if you do get in foul trouble, that's exactly what you have to do, and they did a good job all the way around. Well, we'll pause for this time out. We will wait around if it takes all night. We will be talking with Blue Streak head coach Doug Krause. Right now, let's pause for these messages.
It's the best of the IGA.
Check out our Pocahontas display. Pick up the video for the entire family. There's toys, games, and Pocahontas clothing too. And for a limited time only, $50 down will hold your brand new lawnmower on layaway. That's a great layaway savings. See store for more details. Walmart Airport Highway in Wauseon with better everyday low prices. Walmart Airport Highway, Wauseon.
Thinking about new floor covering? Then think Gehrig Warnke floor covering in Wauseon. New carpet or vinyl can make a world of difference. And Gehrig Warnke offers top great names like Mohawk, Armstrong, Aladdin, Congolium, and many more. Plus quality installation by Bill Gehrig with over 20 years of experience. So for carpet, vinyl, ceramic tile, and wood flooring, call Gehrig Warnke floor covering at 335-5900 North Shoup in Wauseon.
Say Cellular of 507 Stryker Street in Archbold is happy to announce the opening of its second location in the Napoleon Center Plaza on North Scott Street in Napoleon. Owners Abby Bosselman and Scott Ricker look forward